Hello all, welcome back. It's Metallica and One, the official music video. I hope it may or may not get blocked with copyright. If it does, then it does. If it doesn't, then you're going to hear the rest of it. I felt in the mood to listen to this. I know the song, and I've got conflicting thoughts when it comes to Metallica about this one, and that's good because that's what they would want. They want to create thought in songs like this. So I'm going to play it, re-listen to it, and try and approach it from an honest reaction. Yep, so here we go. Metallica with One. I'll probably play most of the song, guys. Maybe one brief interruption, and then one full sort of talk.
The cerebrum has suffered massive and irreparable damage.
You'll never know what has happened to him.
Had I not been sure of this, I would not have permitted him to live.
Where?
Father? I need help.
What is democracy? What is democracy?
Got something to do with young men killing each other, Arthur.
When it comes my turn, will you want me to go?
For democracy, any man would give his only begotten son.
It is impossible for a decerebrated individual to experience pain, pleasure, memory, dreams, or thought of any kind. This young man will be as unfeeling, as unthinking as the dead until the day he joins them.
I don't know whether I'm alive and dreaming or dead and remembering.
How can you tell what's a dream and what's real when you can't even tell when you're awake and when you're asleep?
Where am I?
I can't remember anything. Can't tell if this is true or a dream. Deep down inside I feel the scream. This terrible silence stops in me. Now that the war is through with me, I'm waking up, I cannot see that there's not much left of me. Nothing is real but pain now. Hold my breath as I wish for dead. Oh please God, wake me.
I just went ahead and chopped off everything. Oh God, please make them hear me. They won't listen. They won't hear me.
Wake me up, I'll be like this for years.
Hear me.
Back in the room, it's much too real. In Pump's life that I must feel, but can't look forward to reveal. Look to the time when I lived, fed to the dude that sticks in me, just like a wartime novelty, tied to machines that make me be. Cut this life off from me. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh please God, wake me.
It's like a piece of meat that keeps on living.
It won't always be like this, will it? I can't live like this. I can't. Please, no, I can't. I can't. Help me. Somebody please help me. Mother, where are you? Help me, Mother. I'm having a nightmare and I can't wake up.
Now the world is gone, I'm just one. Oh God, help me. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh please God, help me.
Me It has a dignity all its own.
Father, I need help. I'm in terrible trouble and I need help.
Don't you remember when you were little? How you and Bill Harper would string a wire between the two houses so you could telegraph to each other? You'll remember the Morse code?
First of all, let me what I know, because obviously we've all read it, and there'll be a million Metallica fans that know what I know. This song came out in 1989, and the video itself on MTV, it was revolutionary. You've got different types of genres which produce videos that are unforgettable, and I think Aha's Take On Me was also one of them, for its own reasons, for its videography, for its unique way. It was just a kind of a pop song, but kind of lended itself to Altered State, so there was a little bit more of a deep meaning to it. But this kind of blew the whole pre-1989 from sort of 84, 85 onwards of what we just call thrash and hair metal. Nothing wrong with it, but it kind of lost some of its edge, and there was a new generation that was coming through, and this was the forefront of it. This became a classic, and it kind of changed videos for serious songs for metal bands kind of forever. And it was revolutionary in that sense. The movie, as you can hear in the background, is Johnny Got His Gun, which was a 1971 anti-war movie, and there was some serious players in there. Jason Robards is a solid, respected actor of his generation, and it had David Soul in there. I think that was pre-Starsky and Hutch fame, but I've not had a chance to see the movie, and I know Metallica bought the rights to it so they could keep on playing the video without keep paying royalties. So you've got one is distinctly separate from the other. You've got an anti-war film that was a propaganda movie, essentially. Then you've got this song. So I've introduced both those concepts now, and I've had super mixed feelings, but I've kind of always toned them down because they're based on emotion and not on the reality. So stick with me, and I'll kind of give you what I feel, what the song means to me, because I've always said songs are subjective. Once they're released, they belong to you emotionally as you listen to them. The rights belong to the band, but the emotions belong to you. The interpretation belongs to you. It's neither right, wrong, indifferent, good, or bad. You own it, you listen to it. And that's all I ever say about my reactions. But here we go. There is always a common theme, obviously. We share common emotions and common interpretations of things, but certain things have different meanings just in a millisecond, a microsecond of nuance. So there's already been some conflict here. You had the pointlessness of going to war and dying, then you had the democracy element, then you had the clip of modern wonder of the world, which goes back to sort of that fairground ugly attraction of the freaks, which society has always been obsessed with, whether we like it or not, and this has been paraded as a freak. So it's got that imagery which is really nuanced and deeply embedded in your emotional reaction. It deeply embeds itself into your emotional reaction to this song, which is interesting. Let's hear the rest of it.
Imprisoning me, all that I see, absolute horror. I cannot live, I cannot die, trapped in myself, fighting my only self.
It's Morse code. For what? SOS. Help.
Landmine has taken my sight, taken my speech, taken my hearing, taken my arms, taken my legs, taken my soul, left me with life in hell.
What's he say? He says kill me. Over and over again. Kill me.
Don't you have some message for him, Padre?
He's the product of your profession, not mine.
facing death by himself. Alone.
Goodbye, Father. Inside me, I'm screaming. Nobody pays any attention. If I had arms, I could kill myself. If I had legs, I could run away. If I had a voice, I could talk and be some kind of company for myself. Why don't they get it over with and kill me? I could yell for help, but nobody'd help me. I just got to do something and see how I can go on like this.
Oh, well, that's a roller coaster, isn't it? It's both melodic and has elements of beauty in it, and then aggression and anger. I can't comment on this, their genius of their playing. It's just undeniable. Has been for God knows how long. But the song is always conflicted with me, and the reason being it's coerced the movie into its visual representation, which is full of the nuance of, like I said, the whiskey salesman selling a freak show, which is a product of war, and then when the nurse finally, you would call, does what is perceived to be the right thing for him, that she's then stopped, and then when the military asked the doctor, is there anything you can do for me? He says, he's not a product of me, he's a product of you. And then the societal view on anti-war has at times turned into hatred of soldiers. This isn't about that. This is obviously about a story, and it will have been, you could draw realities from this. I know soldiers who've suffered limb loss and all those things. I'm not going to talk about those. It's hugely disrespectful and quite frankly not warranted. But it's not. It's talking about the futility of war, not whether war is right or wrong. That's down to you as an individual. You can say war is wrong. Of course it is. But wars happen and will continue to happen. And fights and battles happen and will continue to happen. All over the world today, there's countries in conflict. Now, what you view of that is entirely up to you and your beliefs. I'm not going to judge you, and you should. We don't. This isn't judging soldiers. This is about what happens when someone's the ultimate victim, when it should be death. That's what it's saying. He should be his final outcome should have been death, and not the life he's left with. Yeah, because death would be a far better outcome for that individual. And it's society's different ugly elements of what it does to the soldiers, men and women, who've given their life, that they're patriotic, they're portrayed as this. But then in one element in the anti-war movie, they're sold as a freak show. It's beautiful the way they do it, but I'm kind of more at ease with it now, that they're not venerating soldiers, certainly not by any stretch, and I'm sure they've no attempt at doing that. It doesn't come through in the song, and there's nothing. I think this is just an absolute, both horrifying and electrically, it's magnetic the way it draws you in, and I think that's all I've got to say. Metallica fans, let me know. Anyone that agrees, disagrees, it's all subjective. Till next time, guys, take care.